That's what the Las Vegas Raiders did on Monday. Guys, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders because after 2 weeks of the football, there's one thing that is very, very clear. There's one thing that is reading through the man-hour studios right now. There's one thing that is on repeat week after week, year after year, time and time, every talk about the Las Vegas Raiders, and they are overrated. Everybody wanted to hype this team up after the first week. Everybody wanted to hype this team up during the offseason, but the truth is, it's staring right at them in the face, Old Man River. This team is not a playoff contender. They're going to finish below 500 yet again this season. Guys, let's start what just happened on Monday Night Football versus the LA Chargers. The Raiders could get nothing going. Geno Smith was reckless with the football, going 24 for 43 for only 180 yards. That's just 4.1 yards per attempt. On top of that, 3 interceptions and a passer rating of 37. That's just not bad. That's season Jarrelling bad. That's put Aiden O'Connell in bad. That is trade for Mitchell Trubisky bad. That is, let's go get Trey Lance or Jimmy G back bad. One of the few chances the Raiders had to mount a comeback was when it was 3rd and 15 in the fourth quarter. Geno tries to force it into Jacoby Myers in a double coverage. Derwin James gets a hand on it. Deontay Johnson picks it off, and the game is over. That's your big-time quarterback play? That's your leader? That's your 2-year, $73 million quarterback? Come on. And let's talk about the defense. You know, that top 10 defense from last season. You know, that defense that owns the Kansas City Chiefs. I keep hearing how the Raiders defense is going to be better, how they're on the rise, how they're this, and this. Really? They let Justin Herbert hit Quentin Johnson for a 60-yard touchdown that completely blew the game wide open. They let Herbert control the plays, dictate the flow. They never flipped the momentum back. They never even got to Herbert till late in the fourth quarter. And then they finally did tighten up in the second half just a little bit. Holding the Chargers to just 3 points. It didn't matter because the offense was a total disaster. You can't win this league when you're only scoring 9 points at home, period. Then this team gets bullied in the trenches. The Raiders' offensive line gave up 16 pressures and 3 sacks. Their run game, non-existent. Aston Genty, the rookie, the player, the change maker over there in Vegas, 11 carries, 43 yards. As a team, they just managed 68 rushing yards. You cannot protect your quarterback. You cannot run the ball. You cannot turn it over 3 times. That is a losing formula. The Raiders will never win a game playing a game like that ever in their lifetimes. And let's keep it real here, Russ, guys. The Raiders were 8-9 last season. They hadn't had a double win season since 2016. They keep changing quarterbacks, keep flipping coaches, and keep promising fans this is the year. Well, guess what? It's not. Not with Geno Smith throwing 3 interceptions in 1 game. Not with the offensive line giving up 3 sacks in 1 game. Not with the defense still struggling to make impact plays when it matters the most. Numbers don't lie. Since 2003, the Raiders have just had 2 winning seasons. 2! It's in over 20 years. This organization is definition of overrated hype every offseason and underwhelming results every fall. Guys, here's the truth. The Raiders are not sneaking into the playoffs. The Raiders are not winning the AFC West. The Raiders are not going to the AFC Championship game. The Raiders are not going to the Super Bowl. They're not even winning 9 or 10 games this season. They're heading into yet another losing season. And sooner the Raider Nation accepts that, the sooner they can start demanding real change in that building. But what do you guys think? Are the Raiders destined to be below another 500 year, or do you still believe that they can turn it around, Old Man River? Comment down below. Let's talk about it. Remember to guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, and Saturdays for our NFL preview show at 9 p.m. East Coast time. Now this is live, raw, uncut. See what you guys are saying. RPG Production says I am an Aston Genty doubter. I said that on Facebook last night. I said that, you know what? Maybe he just isn't him. Maybe he just isn't him. And I think it goes beyond the offensive line. It goes beyond Geno Smith. I just don't think he has it, right? Now, I'm not here to call him a bust yet. I'm not here to call him overrated yet. I'm not here to say the Raiders missed on another draft pick yet. but everything is starting to add up very, very quickly. Remember that game we had -3 yards in like the preseason? Oh, it's just preseason. 44 yards on 11 carries. That's tough. When you run swing passes, you can just get tackled for 3 or 4 yards lost. That is tough. But I'm with you, RPG Productions. Alpha Rob. Alpha Rob.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Says Raiders being the Raiders. What'd you expect from Gino? Honestly, after week 1, I was high on the Raiders. I was like, okay, I see you, Geno Smith. I see you. You're with your old coach. You're with Pete Carroll again. You're with Chip Kelly. He coached your cousins. You guys had that relationship. The Raiders looked decent week 1. Let's just be honest, guys. They looked decent week 1. I was starting to sip on that Kool-Aid a little bit, but guess what? It has poison in it. It has poison in it. Now we see why Geno Smith went from the Jets to the 49ers, then to the Seahawks. And he sat behind Russell Wilson for 3 or 4 years. Yes, he had 2 good seasons in Seattle. I'm not trying to take that away from him, but there's a reason why he's, 37 years old and still has fresh legs like old, Dan Orlowski said last night, right? I expected him not to be terrible, meaning Geno Smith. I expected him to be average, right? And right now we see extreme highs and extreme lows. That is the one thing bad about the NFL. You cannot have extreme highs. You cannot have extreme lows. You gotta keep it level, right? That's what I tell my high school kids. You guys have a great play, then you suck the very next play. That's why we suck right now. That's just the way it is. Make it even. Bada bing, bada boom. We can go a long, long ways. And Old Man River.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
He just simply says, yep. Old Man River says, I am checking out with the Raiders this season. Old Man River says, I have filed for divorce from the Las Vegas Raiders, and I am becoming a Dallas Cowboys fan. That is what Old Man River just said. Guys, Old Man River is a Raiders fan and a Detroit Lions fan. He is breaking up with his heart. He loves the Las Vegas Raiders. He loves them. Hell, he's got a Stabler jersey from last season when I lost his bet. Or was it 2 seasons ago? I can't remember. He has that Stabler jersey. He's going to put it in the ground. He's going to put a gravestone in it. They're breaking up. He's becoming a Detroit Lion or a Dallas Cowboys fan. Luzo Zuno says he's a bust and the Raiders are my team. Are you talking about Aston Genty? Because if you're talking about now, Zuno, I understand how hard it is to be a Raiders fan. I definitely understand because like I'm a Kansas City Chiefs from back in the day, right? 13-3 first round exit to the old Indianapolis Colts. That is tough. But to call Geno Smith a bust, I think we overhyped week 1 a little bit, right? I think we overhyped week 1. We drank the Kool-Aid a little too fast. Just like the Green Bay Packers were like, hey, slow it down. It's just week 1. Just like the LA Chargers were like, slow it down. It's just week 1. Indianapolis Colts, slow it down. It's just week 1. But Geno, we're like, oh, jump on that train. Choo, choo, all aboard. I wanted Raider fans to be happy about something. I wanted Raider fans to actually do well. Give the Kansas City Chiefs a little competition. But is it just a bad performance? Is it just a bad week? Can Geno Smith jump back? I don't know. But the truth is, he's 36 years old. He's not a spring chicken anymore. That is tough. RPG Production says numbers don't lie. You just told me that earlier. You have to look beyond the stats. You look beyond the stats when it reflects of how terrible the Chiefs look, especially Mahomes. RPG Production, you are not going to troll me into trying to talk bad about my Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes has looked pretty damn good. The Chiefs as a whole has not looked great. But we'll talk about that on Saturday when they go into MetLife Stadium with the New York Giants. But we'll talk about that. Alpha Rob said Geno Smith is Jameis. That is tough. That is tough. I know my camera just froze, guys, so give me a second. I will fix it here momentarily. But it's Geno Smith being Jameis. That is just one guy like I just don't fully understand. Jameis Winston, like I don't understand. Like I just don't get it. Like I don't know. Like I just do not get it. Trying to fix the camera here, guys. I'm sorry. Looks like we're not going to have a camera for the rest of the night. Sorry about that, guys. But let me go ahead and get that out of there. Transition. Guess it's time for a new camera. The camera finally broke. I'm finally ugly enough that the camera broke. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. But at the end of the day, saying Geno is Jameis, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. Old Member says, how high? Now you're high as eagle balls. Oh, I get it. I'm not high. James Frank says that the Raiders will be all right. Geno will be all right. James Frank said the Raiders will win the AFC West. I say, whoa, 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 slow it down, baby. Now, James Frank, first of all, congratulations on your week 2 NFL Pick'em victory, brother. Good job on that, by the way. 12 wins, like that is tough, baby. That is tough. But I don't want to drink the Raiders Kool-Aid yet again. I want to fully jump off the Las Vegas Raiders wagon, but you know what? I can't. Because we saw what Geno Smith could do. We saw that we saw what Geno Smith is capable of in week 1 and what he can do in Seattle. But damn, that is tough. That is tough. And Old Member does say Raiders Nation for life. See if the camera's still broken. Yep, camera's still broken. My bad, guys. But let me talk about this.